From Palm Springs, we're here at Palm Springs Lanes for the title matches of today's JBT event. Derek Acuff breaking out of a little bit of a slump lately here, looking to win his 7th title of his JBT career, but to do so he's got to go up against the red hot Justin Sims, who's looking for title number 1 and dominated this field today. Lefty versus righty. Derek's shot improved all day long and slices that rack up there in the 3rd frame that leaves a half 7.
And he already has a broken burble. So.
Is that what was happening right there?
Yeah, he broke his it.
The bottom of the it. I don't know
he broke his it.
Yeah.
What do you think I thought you were saying, kids? I thought you were saying he popped his it. It's a kids tournament. I didn't know that. An it is a new invention. I'm 37 for crying out. We didn't have its when No.
Back on the ball.
And the ball's back on the line. Well, everything that could possibly go wrong for Acuff that frame did is he apparently pops a zit and his lane, ball will go back on the lane, misses the pin. All kinds of catastrophes there. So a strike spare open for Acuff. Meanwhile, Sims has gotten spare to open up his title match. Qualified first today at plus 354 for 8. That was without the use of dropping a game. It was drop or not today, so they had the option to drop one of their games in qualifying. Justin did not need to exercise that option. And the reason he didn't need to exercise that option is because he's been throwing the ball like that all day long. Opened with 278 for his high game for the day. Pulled on the USBC blue pattern. Handicap found a, pretty much a middle of the road type pattern, but in this the scratch level of talent, the challenge that blue presents is negligible at best because these guys just tore that up. On straight house, which is more the red pattern, maybe you have like 12 boards to play with as a high-level scratch bowler.
We only had 8 today.
Yeah, blue you probably had 6, 7, or 8, but that's obviously more than enough for most of the day for these guys to just pound the 1-3 pocket. That being said, neither one is striking at will all of a sudden here on the championship pair. Whether that's title match pressure or the lane's finally starting to change, it's hard to tell. Just barely touches that 3-pin. Sims qualified first at plus 195. That's just shy of a 240 average. While Acuff started the day with a rotten game, used his drop or not right away, which changed it to a 209. Buck 90 game 2, and that was when he found something. His low game after that was 220 in game 7. Climbed up to plus 336 to qualify second and got by Curtis Lindemann in the semifinals. Wheeling a lot of boards for a lefty there. There we go. He's in a lot of ball speed too for Derek. That's piping it down there. About 10 to 5, right in the 1-2.
Derek had to beat Bravo.
Oh, Bravo, I'm sorry. Derek beat Bravo in the semifinals. It was Bravo who beat Lindemann in round 2, and then Lindemann got by Cameron Smith in a rematch from last Sunday at Bedrocks in the opening match of the finals. Good job, Alex. Alex, what happened with your game 5 today?
I screwed up.
You screwed up. It happens, man. That was painful when you turned in your card.
I feel like Blanchard.
Wow, Derek balance is off there. He had to cut short his follow through to keep his balance, but the ball still reacted right. And with that double, essentially ties up the game again. Good turnout here, 84 people today. First visit to this bowling center. In Cathedral City, technically, or just east of Palm Springs. Warm and sunny. That high season here in SoCal. And the light hit trips him up. Justin from Ventura. Pretty much paradise weather there. Take Palm Springs and add an ocean to cool it off a few degrees over the summer. Ventura will be there in May for a doubleheader weekend, back to Buena for the first time in 2 years. Leah's happy about that, aren't you, Leah?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Buena right now.
In best house of all time.
In between stops at Mira Mesa, Keystone, Oleum, and I think I'm forgetting somewhere else. Make it 3 in a row for Sims. Derek from Phoenix, meanwhile, which is Ventura without the ocean. Much like Palm Springs. Phoenix got all the sand right, they just forgot to add water. A 6-time champ, 3 in the scratch division, 3 in the handicap division. He's got a good running battle with his brother for overall titles. Steven, his brother, and KJ in a great battle for all-time handicap top 5. So that's a good little races within the main race. It's all about points here on tour. Points get you into the Invitational, the All-Star team, and most importantly, the Touring Players Championship. Derek certainly following the all-conference points chase. While Sims bowls only in SoCal so far. Maybe he'll do some traveling later on.
Doubt it.
Maybe. See that careful setup that all those good scratch bowlers have. Oh man! Ringing 7-pin there. Great shot by Derek. It's not meant to be on those solid 7s. Not a whole lot you can do. Not a whole lot of adjusting to do later on. So this is the spare ball that malfunctioned before. Is that right?
Yep, and Riley fixed it.
Riley's off to the side. Yeah, hopefully Riley fixed it. Or else we're going to see some ball damage on lane 17. Oh, look out. You know, I think the insert was fine. I think he was thinking about it, really.
Yeah, he was afraid it wasn't going to come off.
Yep.
Like Chris Barnes with the Weber Cup.
When you're afraid the ball doesn't come off your hand, it is easy to make the ball not come off your hand. And a big opportunity here for Sims, well on his way to his first title here. Let's see if he can consolidate it. You betcha. Justin's always been a good bowler, and then he started to really get comfortable in our qualifying rounds at the start of the season, but had some trouble in the semifinal rounds. He would lead tournaments or be at or near the lead and then really struggle in the semifinals. He has solved that problem recently. Made a top 5 his most recent tournament, and now here maintains the top seed through the semis and is bowling a great game so far here in the title match for all the marbles. If he can only beat this guy, everything will be fine. Wow. Ball settles right in the 1-3 there. He's got some hold, using it to his advantage. That's a 4-bagger, and that's a commanding lead. These guys make it look so easy at the scratch level, but if you don't completely trust your equipment, it shows you just how difficult it is to repeat shots and hit corner pins and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. Well, he hit that rack pretty hard.
Power tweener that Derek Acuff is.
Power tweener's exactly right. That's a good commentary where you are. You don't need to be a cranker these days because the equipment is so darn powerful, and you don't want to really be a total stroker because you want to take advantage of everything the equipment has to offer. And so that power tweener is sort of the best of both worlds, and that's a good way to describe Derek, and that's really what, for the most part, the most successful way to attack the lanes these days.
That's good.
He loves it. Yeah, he should. Right mental attitude to shake off that 7-pin. Don't worry about what your opponent's doing and just get out there and flush 2 hits. That's all he could do in the 8th and 9th right there. And if Justin Sims wants to join the club of JBT champions, he has that opportunity on his hand right here. Best Acuff can do is 225. It's left. Whoa, wow. Sims also a power tweener almost towards the cranker side of it. Almost 5'10" right there. Are you kidding me? What an unusual shot right there from Justin to get that lack of pin action. Well, thank goodness for him the 10 fell. And regroups himself and covers up the 5.
So it carried like Matthews wide.
Uh-oh. Here we go. There you go, guys. Go for it.
We're already over 10 minutes. We gotta stop.
Open mic night. So what does Sims have? 187 through 8 is that, guys? Help me out.
Yeah.
197 through 8.
He can max
So
for 237.
So all he has to do is mark right here.
Yeah. Count, mark, count.
Boy, oh boy, and that could have big forward right there, guys. That's 205 through 9.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Strike.
Spare strike forces Acuff to strike out to tie.
Then we're in Tyville.
What happens in Tyville, Duster?
The boys tie.
Thank you. And what then happens?
Neither of them win.
Roll off.
How many shot roll offs?
9th and 10th, right?
No.
No, one shot.
One ball. Not one frame, one ball. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. First things first is to convert this spare, which he did, and now to strike. Such an important fill ball right here because Acuff is mentally tough, and he finally looks like he's got pretty much locked in on the pair. Crucial fill ball right here for Sims. Just like the 5-pin on the right-hand lane, the ball comes in and somehow just died at the pocket and gets the 8-10 for the 8 count, which is 223, and which leaves Derek Acuff in a position where he was looking out of it a few frames ago to go double 9 for the win.
Double 8 to tie.
It's very cliche, but the old one shot at a time thing has never been more true right here for Derek.
We saw Curtis Lindemann last weekend.
Yeah. Stuffed the 7, throwing it good. Kyle Andrews over there struck every time he had to in the 10th frame. Must have it. You bet. Wow. Those light hits are just shredding those racks on the left side today. Harley did the same thing over in the handicap title match.
It's because they're left-handed.
Well, we'll save the lefty-righty argument for another day. Derek and the other lefties have been completely wiped out of a few other tournaments within recent memory. And he's been struggling recently too. Popped out of it in a big way here today. Strike 9 wins. Little extra time here. Right. It pushed. Wow. With a few boards right, the USC Blue held up. And what a great, great comeback from Acuff. If Justin does lose this match, by the way, hats off to him for a fantastic day. But he is going to remember those, the 5-pin and the 8-10 from out of nowhere. You guys ever seen Justin power outage like this? It's really unusual to see him 8-10 like that.
There's so much oil in the middle. That's all.
Evidently, yeah.
60 feet.
When you start with a lot of oil in the middle, it can push down the lanes. And if it gets all the way towards the pin deck, you can throw an ordinarily good shot, and that can happen. Strike is a win, 9 is a win, 8 is a tie, 7 to Justin Sims is a win. What a way to get the 9! There's 6 on the deck, and there's only one 9 standing, and it's a win by 1 pin. 224 to 223. Are you kidding me? Holy cow. After I just got done saying that his light hits are absolutely destroying the rack, he leaves 6 on the deck and almost 5-7-10s himself. But they fall down and he wins the tournament. Wow. Exciting stuff here from Ventura, from Palm Springs. And the man from Ventura is getting some well-deserved consolation hugs. We'll do it all over again tomorrow at Morongo Casino, folks.